Chicken salt is not made from chicken. No chickens are harmed in the making of chicken salt. Pasiflorez.
Show yourself, dream girl. Illuminate my world. Show yourself, dream girl. Illuminate my world. Vulnerability, a vacant space in me. Void grows bigger. Excess thinking. Show yourself, dream girl. Illuminate my world. Show yourself, dream girl. Illuminate I got this.
Whoa. Not cheap, boys.
Is it at 100 yet?
Yeah, 100. Matt.
We were looking to go somewhere else.
Yeah?
Oh, no, they did go to a casino.
We're going surfing there.
They go to the casino.
They went to the casino. Oh, they tried
Didn't they
to
get
go.
kicked out?
No.
Did he?
That's good how we sound check for these songs we have practice. Every flight. Come on, beat it up. Make me that banana smoothie with a secret little blend. Talk about that groovy smoothie. Well, I guess it's time we should probably tell the story.
The story of Melbourne and back again. In 4 different bands. In 18 different dimensions. And one cosmic machine. Pasiflorez.
Yes. Well, just before we left, after we had the 3 shows in the Gold Coast, in Sunshine Coast and Brisbane, we had to go to Sydney and then down to Melbourne to play the rest of the shows. And Oliver bought a van the night before we left.
And I only bought it because of the synchronicities involved in buying it. The Wizard Blizzard sticker made it all worth the $6,000. But I should have known that, just like Wizard Blizzard, nothing goes to plan. And next day, 2 hours down the road, in Coffs Harbour, the van broke down.
And then luckily we had our friend Al, who lived in Coffs Harbour. And then Al picked us up. He luckily wasn't doing anything on the weekend, and he drove us all the way down to Sydney. And we made it just in time for the show. And then we went down to the next show, which is a little festival down near Ulladulla called the Magic Meadow Experiment. It was a magnificent show. And then we went to leave the next day.
And when we left, we were in Al's $30,000 big spaceship, the mothership. And we hit a few potholes. And then it started making non-mothership-like noises, like clunk, clunk, clunk. Another van bites the dust.
And then we were stuck in Ulladulla for a week, pondering our existence, wondering what was normal and what wasn't. It all wasn't normal. And then
Mollybrook Motel.
The Mollybrook Motel. And then we waited till the van was going to be ready, Al's van. And we waited till Friday, and that's when it was supposed to be ready. And they told us that it wasn't going to be ready till Monday, but we had to get our way to Melbourne.
We could not wait. So we got on the train from Nowra We got a train to Sydney. Then we hang out in Sydney for a couple of hours. Then we got a bus back to Coffs Harbour. We got to Coffs Harbour at 7 in the morning. And we picked up the van, which was supposedly fixed. And we got in the van and we started driving down to Sydney. And then once we got to Sydney, it broke down again.
It was very sad, and at that point we contemplated why this was all happening to us. But it was very lucky that my brother lives in Sydney, and we broke down right near there. We luckily got his van, and we continued our journey on to Melbourne.
On to Melbourne. We packed up, we were in the V-dub, and we were going. We were on our way to Bells Beach, Australia. The tour was back on, baby. And we were loving it. As I packed up, reading The Untethered Soul in the passenger seat, I put my feet up on the on the dashboard. And just as I went to readjust my seat, I cracked the windscreen with my feet.
The cracked windscreen added another 3 vans that were broken to the tour. We finally made it to Melbourne, but unfortunately there were some floods going on back home in the Northern Rivers, and Nick and Jack, who were back up in the Northern Rivers, tried to make their journey down, but got 3 flights cancelled in a row. And luckily, after driving through flood waters, they just made it on the plane and arrived approximately 2 hours before the Melbourne gig. And then we made it back up and played our shows.
We played the fuck out of those shows,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
You better believe it.
And then we finished the tour in the Northern Rivers for the album launch. It was a journey and we broke many a van, but we had a lot of spiritual growth.
And spirits will continue to grow from that day and the next day until never. They'll just continue to keep growing. That's the nature of the spirit. And all these things, you wish them away, but you look back on them with love, because they were fun and they were good times and they made very good stories.
And that was the Pasiflorez tour.